Hello, this is Akiko Sudano at StampinInTheMeadows.com in Downingtown, Pennsylvania, and I am going to make a card today with the Country Bouquet stamp set. Let me see where I am here. Just hold a second. I have missed a couple of weeks here with my live videos. So I'm a little bit rusty on things, but there we go, get started. Okay, alrighty, thank you so much for joining me if you managed to get the word that I was going to go live today. And I'm going to make a card. Hi, Chi. Hi, Karen. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Karen. Thank you. Yes, it's a Super Bowl Sunday afternoon, so it's going to be a great day. But before the football festivities, I wanted to share this card. Now, this is a card that is basically cased off of a card that I saw on the Stampin' Up website. Now, on the website, they use the Regency Park Designer Series paper and the Sentimental Park. Thank you, Karen. It's good to be back, too. And they use the Sentimental Park stamp set. But I decided that since this week is Valentine's Day, I needed to use the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper and the stamp set, the Country Bouquet stamp set, because I love the sentiments, and I thought that they would be perfect, and that we could do something that was kind of Valentine-y, but not really Valentine-y. So that was my objective with the card. And the one reason that I wanted to share this card with you today is because they use this gorgeous textured shimmer paper. And then, can you see that? It's really, it's got a beautiful sheen, and then it's got the striped textures. It is just beautiful, beautiful paper. And then they stamp it. It's got, you can see, and I used the little open heart stamp that goes with the Country Bouquet stamp set, and then you apply color with the blending brushes, so that it's this panel was originally basic white, and then it has a light pink shimmer to it. So you can use that. You can apply the blending brush technique to that shimmer paper and get any color that you want to get with this in the Stampin' Up color, because that's just the beauty of this paper. And so I wanted to make a card and basically case that card that was on the Stampin' Up website. So if you go to the StampinUp.com right now, you can see this card. That was my inspiration. The other thing that I liked about this card is it uses the layered offset technique, card sketch, which I just love that too, because it's easy to do. You don't have to worry about lining your edges up real straight. And then instead of, so they add a little twist by having the diagonal design with the Designer Series paper on the top and the shimmer paper on the Designer Series paper on the bottom, and the shimmer paper on the top. So I'm going to show you how I do that. And then, of course, my label I used, here's the Country Bouquet stamp set, and this is a photopolymer stamp set. And I use the Lovely and Lasting, the bundle with this. Actually, I use the outline for the punch, and then it's got a coordinating punch. So I use that, and I thought that this was really nice because you've got the little scallop corners, so that kind of makes it, gives it kind of a romantic feel to it. So I thought that would be perfect for today's card. So let me get my, first I'm going to pull out my, my trimmer, and I will, let's make this slant first. So that's the first thing that we need to do so that we can figure things out. So I start out, and I will have all of the sizes in my blog post tomorrow. But I start out with a 3x3 panel of the Floral Designer Series paper. The card uses also a dark floral panel from the Regency Park stamp set. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over, and I am going to measure about 1 1/4 inch down, and I'm going to just make a little tick mark with a pencil right here. And I want this to be on, and then I'm going to cut it from here to here. And I want this to be on the left side of my panel, so you make sure that you've got that lined up. And then I'm going to, hopefully I've got a little bit of glare, but I've got the tick mark lined up in the groove of my trimmer right here, and then this corner on the bottom here. And it's, and then I'm just gonna cut it off. And it's approximate. So this was, did I make that 1 1/4 down? That's what I intended to do. So a 3x3 panel with 1 1/4 down. I think that looks fine. Okay. So one of the things, I don't think I'm going to put the trimmer away. One of the things, it's not going to matter so much, but if you've got your trimmer and you've got a little bit of a edge on it, just take your bone folder and rub it to smooth it down. That makes it nice and easy. Okay, this is that textured shimmer paper, and it is just, hello, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining me. This is just gorgeous. I cut this so that the lines are going up and down. I think in the they're going sideways, so you could do whatever, but whichever you prefer. But this is just gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And so I'm going to get another piece of. I'm going to keep this so that I know can kind of figure out how much I need to color. And then I'm going to use my blending brush, and I'm using Petal Pink ink. Now, one of the things that I also want to show you is that this is the normal size blending brush, and then this is the new mini blending brushes. I haven't used this one yet, but I love the concept of having different size blending brushes. And since I'm using a large area, I'm going to go ahead and use the large one. But if you want to add just little touches of color, these mini blending brushes are perfect. So so check those out if that's one of the things that you often need. And so what I do is I'm going to just ink this up on Petal Pink ink, and I'm going to start off and then just, and hopefully I'm not shaking the camera too much, just add as much color as you want. Start off the paper and go down. And then the nice thing too about this technique is that if you've got things so that it's a little bit stronger in spots, just as long as you're happy with the way it looks, I think that that's okay. You end up with kind of a watercolored look. So just apply the color. So I'm going to do the coloring first, and then I'll stamp the hearts afterwards. And you could do the whole thing, but you really just need to do down to just the area where it's going to be exposed from the slant. So you have your paper that you cut, and then just cover it to see if you've done enough. And I think that looks maybe just a little bit more. Oops, because of course, it's going to end up sticking. I end up sticking my fingers in it and getting everything messy. I think that's good. Okay, so I'm going to put the blending brush away, and then I'm going to pull out the little open heart stamp. And I'm going to just stamp along the edge here. And one of the things in my sample card is that, first of all, I made this 3 1/4, and I think that that was too big, so I wanted to make this a little bit shorter. So I made a 3-inch square so that I would have more of that pretty shimmer on there. And then also I want to make the hearts, stamp the hearts a little bit higher. So I'm going to do that. Just stamp along the edge and have it go up. And it's very, very subtle. I hope you can see it. I'll show it to you. Pick it up afterwards. And see. And you see how the stamped hearts? I think I'm going to add a few more here. There's another one. Add another one right here. With all the shine, it's a little bit hard to see. And I'm going to add some more at the upper right-hand corner here too. There we go. I think that looks good. And then when I go to cover this, yeah, that's good. All right, so I'm going to cover up my ink. And then I'm going to apply this to the top of this, adhere that to the top of that with liquid glue. There we go. Turn it over and check it, and I'm going to just press it down here. See, even the back of this paper is shiny and shimmery and beautiful. See, I love that. Okay, so here is our panel. Does that look good? I think so. So we're good. So then the next thing, I'm going to move this messy paper out of the way and go ahead and start to assemble the card. This is just really simple. I have another panel of Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper, and basically what I've done is this one is 1/4 of an inch smaller on both sides than this one. So again, like I said, I'll have the measurements in my blog tomorrow. And here's my sample card. And the thing that I want to do is just kind of make sure that this is kind of centered and that I have room for the label. And I think it can go a little bit higher. It's fine. All right. And then I will apply my liquid glue to the back of this. I think I'll make this more or less kind of straight. Okay, and I'm not sure how wet that is or dry, so I'm going to just take this and not risk smearing anything, and then just press everything good from the back. Just turn the whole card over and press it from the back so I don't smear it. I've been lucky so far in that things haven't smeared, but there I've got the hearts streaming up, and that's good. All right, so now let's go ahead and start working on the label. And what I did was I took the pretty border from the Lovely and Lasting stamp set, and I'm going to stamp this one in mint macaron ink on, and I believe that a 2-inch by 3-inch panel of basic white is good. And I'm going to stamp it off to the side a little bit so that I can have something to grab on as I play with this inside the punch. There we go. Cover this and put it away. And I'm going to go ahead and take the sentiment, "I love that we are friends," and that fits perfectly inside the label. I'm going to stamp that in Petal Pink, and it's pretty easy to line up. There we go. Cover that up, and then pull out the punch and punch this out. Line it up. For me, that's the thing that takes the longest. And then I want to be careful I don't get any shadows in the way so that I can get it straight. There we go. All right, so we have our label ready. And the next thing that I did was make this bow. And what I did was I took the white crinkle ribbon, and I wanted to make it just really loopy. So I wanted to make it really loopy, so I took it and wrapped it twice around so that I would have a double bow twice around all of my fingers like this. So, and then have a little bit of this left over on the side here. Trim this like that. And then kind of pull this. I've got 2 on this side, 2 on this side. That's what I want. So I'm going to scrunch it together. I'm going to hold it with my tweezers like that. And then get another length of this ribbon and just tie it around this section. And I just want to have something kind of, kind of frilly that's hanging off the edge here. So it doesn't have to be, it's not going to be a beautiful, beautiful, perfect bow. I'm just going to tie this up, and then I'll play with it more once I get it tight. So I want to, first I want to see if I do this a second time, let's get it kind of tight. There we go. Pull out my ruler, and I love the ruler where it starts with 0 and it goes out, because then I can stick my knot in the middle here and say, oh, that goes to a little past 1.5 inch. That goes a little past 1.5 inch, so I'm in the center, so I'm good. So I'm gonna take this and tie my second knot in there. Come on. Oh goodness. And I need to have lots of extra string with my bows when I go to tie my bows, because my fingers are so clumsy. Oops, I didn't want to pull that one. Pulled the wrong one. I think I did. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Those two, there we go. And then just, where's my scissors? Here we go. And I'll just trim these kind of, so that they're kind of like that. Come on. This one goes goes this way, and then this one goes in the opposite way. All right. So I have my bow, and move all this stuff away. All right. Then I'm going to adhere my bow about, I guess about right here on that little leaf with a glue dot. Here are my glue dots. And this is going to be under the label, so I don't have to roll it up. I can just like plop it on, and it's going to be right here on that little guy. Okay, so that's going to be like that, and I'll put the label right on top of it. And then I have more hearts showing, so that's perfect. All right, so move my ruler aside, and I'm going to put the label on with my little half-dimensionals. And let's see here. This is the corner where the bow is going to be. So I'm going to put just on the very edge there, I'm going to put my little half-dimensional. Everything else I can put a little bit in. And I'm going to pull off my dimensional covers. Oops, there we go. I have my trash pile over on the side here. There we go. And let's try to get this kind of straight. And everything is going to be all weird because, of course, the slant and the wonky layout of everything there. I think that I ended up getting that right on I got my dimensional right on the knot instead of getting it under there. So I'm going to try to push my bow back a little bit. Push it up a little further. There we go. I think we're okay. And then there we go. I think we're okay now. All right, so to finish the front, I am going to use these gorgeous heart pearls. They are they're just really, really pretty. They're in the regular the annual catalog, and you've got 3 different kinds. You've got kind of a matte white. You've got the pearl finish, and then you've got a glossy white. And I'm going to go ahead on my sample card. I used the matte white, but I'm going to go ahead and use the pearl finish for this card so that we get maybe just a little bit more shine. But this is just perfect for Valentine's Day. And put some up on the background of the card and put some on the label. I think on this one I'm going to put 2 on the label here. And you've got 2 sizes. You've got, they're both small though. You've got a teeny weeny little heart and a little bit larger one, but they're perfect. They're really pretty. So definitely look at those, and those are in the annual catalog. So good for Valentine's Day or wedding cards or engagement cards. So I think that's it for my card front. So for the inside of the card, I'm going to keep this pretty simple, and what I've done simply is taken that sprig from the Country Bouquet stamp set, stamped it at the top in, and then trimmed it with designer series paper. So we're going to do that right now. Here is the little sprig, and get my mint macaron ink, and then we will be done. Kind of figure out, kind of in the center of the top. Make sure we're nice and stamped up. And that's easy. don't have to worry about it being straight or anything. It's pretty good. And then, where's my designer series paper? I had a strip of designer series paper cut. Here we go. And we will add this to the bottom. And I'm going to just do this with liquid glue and put the card, put the panel on the inside, and then we will be done. I really love this designer series paper and the Valentine bundle that they came out with this year, and the punch is going to be coming back, but thank goodness for that, because it's a good one. And adhere this to the inside with Stampin' Seal. And until the punch comes back, you can still use the designer series paper and the stamp set for a lot of different other occasions, like this friendship card. And my inside panel today, I cut it with 3 3/4 by 5 so that I would have a little bit more of a border, because the card front has a thicker pink border. So I decided to go with the smaller inside panel. But there's my card today. Thank you so much for watching today, and hopefully I'll be back next week again. Thanks again. Have a great week. Bye-bye.